welcome back to Walk, Run, Soar. This is day 16, part 2, number 21 in the book, coming full circle. I'm in the same spot I was, still got Bart here, he's listening to me. Alright, so Exodus chapter 3, verse 12 is our verse. And God said, I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. Okay, so this was fun to read because I can't remember how many back, but she is referencing the trail race. That was her first trail race, but this time this is her third time at the race. So it was fun to hear her perspective on the trail that she had already referenced in a previous devotion. But it's the San Joaquin River Gorge Trail Race. So if you remember, there was a few devotions back. She's talking about how it was her first trail race and her first time. But this time it was her third, and the trail felt less intimidating. We come full circle when we experience a series of developments or circumstances that lead us back to the original source, position, or situation. It feels like deja vu, but with a twist. So that's kind of what she was feeling. If you remember, she was a little nervous about her first trail run, not really knowing what to expect. But this time, she'd obviously been on this course. She kind of knew what was getting ready to happen as she was running. And she relates this back to the story of Moses. The first time God spoke to Moses, was from the burning bush. And it was the beginning of Moses' journey before he is sent out to rescue the Israelites from slavery and lead them to the promised land. And she said she imagines that Moses felt the same way she did when she was running that first trail race, unsure of footing, of what was going to lie ahead. But then, later in Exodus, Moses and the people finally escape and journey back to the desert of Sinai at the base of the mountain. Moses came full circle. Sometimes in life we have to return to the mountain so God can remind us who He is and set our feet back on the rock. She shares how every time she goes for a trail run that God shows her something new. This is what I love about trail running. One time He showed me His power in a rushing waterfall. Another time He reminded me of His presence through the fiery orange wings of a butterfly. On that trail run that she was speaking of, He renewed my courage on a familiar path. He helped me come full circle. There's no pencil. So her faith step talks about maybe you find yourself returning to a favorite childhood spot or connecting with an old friend. Maybe you're running the same race again or digging into some difficult memories from your past. If you're feeling like you are right back where you started, take heart. Take some time to reflect and write down at least 3 things God has taught you on the journey. Oh, Bart's leaving. He's leaving me. All right, our inspirational quote. It's Eliud Kipchoge. I don't know if I pronounced his first name right, but I know how to pronounce his last name, Kipchoge, marathon world record holder. There is no major secret to success in athletics. The secret is the will. If you have the will to do it, then it will be possible. And that makes me think of the verse that most everyone knows, that Jesus said, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. He's so powerful. And if he wants us to accomplish something, we're going to accomplish it with Him, giving us the strength to do it. I like the training note. I don't know if I would ever do this because it feels dirty to me. But he says to run barefoot on grass, to relive your childhood, and to strengthen the muscles in your feet and lower legs. He says that it works a while at the conclusion of a run, and it would help all those little muscles to run barefoot. But I can't do it on grass. Maybe at the beach I could do it on sand, but grass feels dirty. So, a nice simple one for part 2. I keep thinking he's walking over here. A nice simple one for part 2, coming full circle. I really can't think of a whole lot of deja vu moments in my life. I'm sure that they've happened. Because I know that God is constantly trying to hit me over the head and remind me of His truths, like all the time. And sometimes I'm just too hard-headed to hear Him. But He really is there for us in those times of need, over and over. And that was one thing that I slowly realized as I read through I tried to read through the whole Bible. I would read like a chapter a day. Sometimes I'd miss a day. So it took me a little longer than I was hoping. But I know that when I was going through the Old Testament, I was like, you really see that pattern. Like He saves His people, and the people stray again. He saves His people, stray again. And for some reason, the Israelites never remembered what he did in the past, and so they were always worried. So that's why, once again, if you're a journaler, keep a journal. Write down what God's done for you. And then when you have those hard times, you can go back and see where he pulled you up. And that's, one great way to keep your faith strengthened, I think. So yes, our sun's starting to peek out now here in Washington. So I hope everyone's doing well this Saturday. Tomorrow I'm super excited. It's my half marathon video, I'm pretty sure. So I'm really excited to share that. My first official half marathon race. It was so exciting for me, and I got to do it with some amazing people. So be sure to check that out tomorrow, and we'll be back with Walk Friends Soar on Monday. See you then.